Hi, I'm Nicole Avery. Thank you so very much for checking out my Possible campaign. I'm really excited to try and bring this project to life. It's something I'm quite passionate about, and that is, I guess, serving up healthy lunches for kids in their school lunchbox. It's not necessarily an easy task putting up lunchboxes every day that kids will actually eat, that you're happy with, and that will meet the school guidelines. It does take some thinking and some planning, which is what I've done over the last couple of years, is develop some processes for me on how to put a lunchbox together, which makes it really simple. It takes a lot of the thinking out of it, so you can pretty much just do it on autopilot and you don't have to think too much about it, it can just get done. On my blog, Planning with Kids, I've shared loads of recipes that people can use for lunchboxes, and with this calendar that I want to put together, it's about encompassing all those components. Of the planning component, it'll have ideas on how to plan for lunchboxes, it'll have ideas on how to pack a lunchbox, what to put in it, and some recipes that you can use, that you can make healthy recipes for your kids that they'll eat. There's an emphasis on gluten-free and nut-free because they're two pretty big requirements from parents these days. I released a lunchbox calendar in 2013, which looked like this. And it was great and sold hundreds of copies, but it wasn't quite perfect. I sort of knew that at the outset. I was working on a tight budget and I couldn't bring my, dream idea to fruition. And then I got some feedback from readers. What did they love? Or some purchases. They loved the photos, they loved the seasonal list of fruit and veg, they loved the ideas, but they felt it was lacking a recipe. They needed something to go to. They didn't want to have to go to my blog to actually find the recipe. And they really didn't like this part here, which I sort of knew. There was not enough space for a family to be able to plan on that calendar. What they sort of after, and I know what I personally like, is sort of the family planner model of a calendar at the bottom. So you can actually put in everyone's appointments because they all have different things. You've got to try and keep track of them all. So I did a mock-up of what I thought is the best model, and I've got a quote from a designer, which is, I'm hoping Possible can help you fund. Now, if the design was left to me, it would look like this, which is pretty horrid. But this is, I guess, a rough idea of what you'll get when the calendar comes to fruition. A photo of what you're going to cook, the full-blown recipe, so you don't have to go to the blog to actually look at the recipe, a list of ideas of what you can pack in that month for the lunchboxes for the kids, and then inspiration for the seasonal fruit and veg. You've then got family planner model here down there, so you've actually got space to write in what everyone needs to do. I am really excited about this calendar. I think it'll be really useful for families. I know that people found the other model of calendar, which wasn't really 100% really useful anyway, even with just the base model that it had. And I know I've really got a great model to run with now with all the feedback that I've taken on from people who bought the calendar and from my experience of the last 10 years of my life making lunchboxes, thousands of them. So I'd love it if you would support my Possible campaign. Most of the rewards work basically like as a pre-purchase. You're almost just paying in advance to get the calendar. But by your support of doing this, it means that I can actually get the whole print run up and running, which I wouldn't be able to do without this Possible campaign. So if you can, that would be fantastic to support it and share it amongst friends who you know find that making lunchboxes is a struggle, because I know so many parents, so many of us that do. It's taken me a lot of years to get a process down pat, which I'm happy to share, and some good recipes to share that'll help making lunchboxes easier. Thanks again. Any questions? I'm really easy to contact via pretty much most social media network channels. If you head to my blog, planningwithkids.com, you can find how to check me out. Thanks again.